Last but most certainly not least, Cancer, you are up. I hope that all the Cancers enjoyed their birthday season. We are officially in Leo season now as I'm recording this. And I can tell you that Leo season will bring some good energy your way as well, especially based off of the cards that are out right now. As for this reading for August, this is a general reading. Obviously, I do the general, the love, and the money. So those will be up later on. The love and the money readings will be up later on. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said all of that, I'm loving this energy. It's like, first of all, I titled this Liberation. Mostly because at the bottom of the deck of the Oracle deck, and this deck is a feminine Oracle deck. So if you are a male or female, not male or female, if you are a male listening to this podcast or watching the podcast, adjust where needed. But the card at the bottom of the deck for the Oracle deck is Liberation. And with Liberation, that is saying that you are free or you are being set free. Now, I feel some of you have already been set free. I also feel that that was only the first phase, where there's a second phase where it's almost like you were liberated from one thing, now you're about to be liberated from another thing. What you're doing is you're praying your way through things. That's one reason why you have survived thus far, because all of the drama, all of the craziness, you were praying your way through it. That's why Prayer Warrior came out, because you were sending up prayers saying, please deliver me from this. And there are still situations that you are in or things that you are dealing with where you're seeking guidance. You're asking for liberation. And I'm telling you, your prayers are being heard. Whether it seems like it or not, your prayers are being heard. Other card that came out is Calm After Storm, or After the Storm. Calm after the storm. Where things were a little bit rocky, things were a little bit crazy. But now, things are starting to stabilize. It's not as dramatic as it once was. Maybe the people who did certain shenanigans, they're not really doing the shenanigans as much anymore. I also feel like the universe humbled some people who were doing the shenanigans. Just saying. Now, other card that came out is the Great Dreamer. Great Dreamer. And with this card, this is saying that you have big ideas, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have goals. So, Great Dreamer. And I'll personally say never give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter how old you are or anything like that. I watched an interview and someone was saying, I'm not going to say who because their name is so polarized and people just lose it when they hear the person's name, so I just won't say who it is. But they were doing an interview and they were talking about age. And one thing that came up is how two people that this individual specifically knows, this individual said those two people did not make their fortune until 80 years old, until they were in their 80s. Like they had always been struggling, and then finally they made their fortune in their 80s, and they lived to be 90 something. Some I think were still alive or whatever. But that's something, because it makes me think, because it's like, you know, some people are like, oh, you're too old to do this or do that, you should just give up. Don't worry about what they say. You're a great dreamer. So keep pursuing your dreams. Now, for some of you, love is in your life or it is making a way into your life. It's kind of crazy how all of these cards came out of the majority of them. The cards were facing in the wrong direction in my deck. So, where is my deck? Oh, here it is. So basically, you see how the cards are facing down right here? These were facing up, along with these other three cards here that I'm about to show you. And that gave me a sign like, okay, these are the ones to take. Because I don't know how that happened. Because I just shuffled before. And they look fine. So I don't know how it happened. But it happened. So, yeah. Queen of Cups and King of Cups came out. This is a pair. This is harmony. This is someone who is on the same frequency as you. Someone that you feel comfortable with, and they feel comfortable with you. Someone who you can bond with, also is what I'm getting. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be romance. It could be something else. But honestly, I feel it's romance. And I feel that if you don't have them, you're getting a partner, is what you're receiving. You're receiving a partner, somebody to be with you during the ups and during the downs, the good times and the bad times. Someone to be there with you. And it will be equal give and take. And the Six of Pentacles isn't just this. In Cups is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Queen of Cups specifically Cancer energy. King of Cups specifically Scorpio energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Cancer, but doesn't have to be that. So, or they could have it in their chart. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, could be dealing with that sign, or they could have it in their chart, or you could have it in your chart. Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. Six of Pentacles is also about surprises and reciprocity. It's about balance. If you notice, they're holding a scale here. Whoever this is in this relationship with you, they're willing to pull their weight. It isn't going to be just you. Also, if you're dealing with people, situations, it will be balanced and fair, is what this is saying. And again, Six of Pentacles can be a surprise, as in a cash infusion or something of that nature. Pentacles deal with the 3D. With the Four of Pentacles, I feel that you've been holding back for whatever reason, or holding on to for whatever reason. And now with the Six of Swords, air energy, you can finally let go. You can finally be you, or you can finally move away from something. For some of you, this Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, this goes back to the liberation. And as I lifted up this liberation card, guess what was under it? Conviction. Meaning you're determined to accomplish your dreams. And you're going to do it gracefully. You're going to do it gracefully, with grace. Under that, heavenly downloads. That goes back to the prayer warrior, where you're receiving the information for you to move forward. Now, other cards that came out, the Star card, Aquarius energy. Some of you could be dealing with that sign. This is about faith, hope, healing, a wish coming true. Also having direction. With the Ace of Wands, being passionate about what you're doing, starting something new, receiving something new. Aces are new things from the universe. So that's going back to that Six of Swords energy, because with the Six of Pentacles, you no longer have to hold on to something that doesn't serve you. You can go ahead and move forward with the Ace of Wands, starting that new beginning, that new enthusiasm. Followed by the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. That goes back to conviction, is what that goes back to. That goes back to putting in the work. And then you have the High Priestess. This is sacred knowledge. It is also duality. It is also secrets as well. So for that, this is something that is really good for you, in the sense you have the knowledge you need. And also, there's something else good to this as well, where you have the ability to, I don't necessarily want to say shapeshift, but you have the ability to, in other words, you could go into one environment and fit in fine in one environment, and let's say it's around the way. And by around the way, meaning it's chill, it's relaxed, it's whatever. But then you have the ability to go into another environment that might be a little bit more professional, that might be a little bit more uptight, that might be a little bit more glamorous, quote unquote. You have that ability with this energy to float between worlds. And one reason that you can float between worlds, and you can go into one environment and then go into another environment, is because you have the knowledge to adapt to the environments that you're in. And I'll tell you right now, a good bit of this knowledge comes from the heavenly downloads. But what all of this energy is saying is that you are being liberated. You are being set free from something that you felt you had to hold on to, or something that was holding on to you, or something that you felt you had to hold back from. Now you can just be free. It's okay to be passionate about your dreams because you're liberated. All right? So that is your message, Cancer. Until next time, be blessed.